Sabi boy. Hello. Welcome again to another episode of Sabi Podcast.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year, my G. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, everyone.
May this year bring us many good things. Bring us blessings. Bring us favor. Bring me billions. Bring Namo. Bring Namo. Namo already has billions, so bring Namo trillions. Big firms wants treasury bills. That's what he wants. Yeah. How's everyone doing? It's been 2 weeks since we recorded.
Like just before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because I know there was an episode that came out on Christmas Day, and I was thinking, producer on Christmas Day. People are eating turkey now.
I know.
That's way too.
Yeah, but it's
we recorded,
consistent.
I think,
Yeah.
on the 22nd or the 23rd. So
Maybe 23rd. Yeah.
I didn't want to hold on to it for too long.
No, that's sound.
Yeah, apologies.
That sound.
If you missed it while you're eating turkey, you can go back and have a look.
Yeah. It was good. I don't remember what we talked about, but I know it was an enjoyable one. and we had
Talk so much rubbish. I don't remember half the things you say.
because I was about to push out on M3 today. Femi was defending the undefendable today.
Let's not even go there.
Yeah, we'll go there at the end. Before we start, I think let's say a word about our sponsors. I've missed our sponsors, man. I checked my accounts and it's been credited. So our sponsors,
Trust me.
shout out to Azo Vintage,
Ezo Vintage.
sustainable recycled clothing.
Yeah.
And there's the Ezo part of the business as well that does Ezo branded stuff. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. I got some sick jacket the other day. And someone was asking me where I got the jacket. I said, no, it's a limited edition.
Tell them.
It's limited. Honestly,
don't keep it to yourself.
Honestly, like I went into the warehouse and they have best stuff. Trust me. Nicely branded. Bro. No, I encourage.
Shout out to the Ezo conglomerate, man.
Yeah, conglomerate.
You know,
Nambo, do we have in the caption now? Can people click on the link and stuff like that?
Yes, I'll put it in the link.
Yeah. It's live.
But first, let's big up our executive producer as well.
Yeah, Namo. Happy New Year. Happy New Year,
Happy
Namo.
New
Shout
Year,
out
my
to Matt
guys.
Studios.
He's doing bits, man.
Shout out to Matt Studio. The
The cameras that he has released this year.
I know.
Guys, if you see this camera,
I know.
we need security
He's
start
doing
guarding
big
this
things.
place. So
Shout out to Matt Studios.
Matt Studios,
the
yes.
Matt Damon of Studios. you
Yeah,
know.
that's where we film, you know.
Trust me.
And it's constantly improving. And you can come out here and shoot your podcast. You can, and there's all sorts of promos happening now where you don't even have to pay.
Trust me.
You know, just click on the link as well. Namo, do we have a link for Matt Studio?
Yes.
Guys,
There's
two
going to be a link.
businesses going live in one day.
This dude is ready for
2023.
you.
We're gonna have a link for
Trust.
Matt Studios as well.
Trust.
No, that's sick. Put it on there. Guys, click on it.
Madabouttalk.com. That's the
Madabouttalk.com.
Yeah.
You know, it's really nice here. It's cozy. You come in here. Namo has food ready, drinks. I'm spoiled.
Trust me, man.
Look at me drinking water now because
they're gonna have people come in and expecting to get
You know,
fed.
And I
don't know
have
about
a
food,
bottle
you
as
know.
well. I saw some.
Yeah.
and we just did a toast, New Year toast with champagne. You know,
Trust me, man.
premium champagne, no, not
Big
my
champers.
goodness.
not rubbish one, not
Trust
rubbish
You're
one.
overselling.
Is it the Aston or Crystal?
Cristal, baby. And New Year, any resolutions? Any plans for the year?
Obviously, we all got plans, but yeah, that's what we all do. Is just sticking to your plans and just making it come to fruition. That's the thing.
Any big things happening this year for anyone? Any big birthdays? Any weddings? Anyone marrying a second wife?
Not me.
Come on, guys. That's in some cultures. That's how you show your success levels
Yeah, man.
and your ability to handle.
Trust me. Yeah. Also, you got one in the works. Yeah.
Bro, my problem is I don't have energy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just buy like a crate of Red Bull every week. And
No. You see, one wife is more than enough.
Trust me, man.
One wife is enough to last you a lifetime. So,
Trust me, man. I know.
you know, you don't want to complicate issues.
I know. Yeah. You don't want to be your typical. You don't want to be like your ancestors.
No, but you know what though? Saying that, another way of looking at it, right, is if you have two wives, they'll spend all their time like fighting amongst each other, and not even have time for you,
bro. I'm not even going there, man. It's not
Bro?
even nah.
So I can't tempt you.
Nah. Tempt what, bro?
Yeah, and the I mean, I'm just hoping that this year is a lot better.
It will be.
The economy, Rishi Sunak has promised to cut inflation in half. This year, very tall order. But I don't know. I just hope it's a much better year.
I mean, personally, I've learned something over the years. It's to trust in God and myself. I don't.
Yeah.
Whatever the government, you know how it goes. Whatever the government, because even the government is not really in control of a lot of things that are going on. It's out of their control. So they can say they'll do this, but it ends up not happening. So I think you just have to drive and motivate yourself just to get it. That's the thing. For the past couple of years, if you look at it, shout out to, the framework, the solid framework built in the UK as a country. This is a very good country, stable country economically and stuff. But for the past few years, you haven't had to rely on the government, and you've just.
I think you survived. I think it was getting better before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Things were under control, and I think now it's around some of the spending controls. Now, I think the markets are getting a bit more confidence, and I don't know how it's going to be. I mean, cutting in half, that's like magic, but we can only hope and pray.
The thing is, we're gonna make it regardless of what plans or whatever the government has in place. You understand?
Yeah.
Everyone here, and also we have our mighty benefactor.
Yeah, I think this year, it's definitely more success
good,
somehow.
Yeah, we all win, man.
And I want to lose weight this year, bro.
Same here,
I need to cut all this weight off. I did a good job during lockdown losing weights, and I got injured. It all went back on, and just became mentally lazy. But this year, I'll probably document my journey of how I lose that weight. But my plan is to take off, I don't know, 15 kg.
Yeah, something like that. How much have you? You haven't really gained much from what you lost last time,
bro.
Wow.
When you see me eating all that stuff I'm eating, it's just because I haven't been as active, Always sitting at a desk.
Because at times
all day.
you were playing football 2-3 times a week, even if you were.
I was walking like 6K every day. I was eating right. That's the main thing. Is the food you eat, bro. Like, is the food you eat, and what happens is, if you can get yourself in the mental state to plan, then you'll be fine.
Trust me.
But the problem is, after work, you're knackered, bro. Like, you're just sitting at a desk. I'm in meetings all day. I just grab whatever I can grab.
I think you need to, condition yourself to eat what your body actually needs, not what you actually want to eat. It's what your body actually needs.
Yeah, but it's tough, bro.
We all
know our body does. We all know our body needs greens.
By the end of the day, we grow
little carbs and stuff.
We're not getting any younger, man.
Bro, rice is like the easiest thing,
We're not getting any younger.
Yeah,
this is the
we're
best
not.
time to start investing in ourselves, man. Our health and everything. So
No, definitely. That's my plan for this year. I mean, I've joined the gym that I've only gone to twice, bro. Bro, but no, this year, and I'll document this stuff. You guys will see me. I'll come in here and you'll be like, woo!
I hope so.
I just noticed that we changed seats today, bro.
Well, so I was gonna say the same thing for me as well.
Yeah,
not weight loss, but just being more active. Yeah. So go to the gym more, eat right.
Yeah.
Run when I can, play football. So I'll start turning up for football.
Now when you turn on
He's back.
Let us know where you're coming. We'll arrange champagne for you.
Different excuse.
Yeah.
Anyway, just not to digress, but when are we going camping? I know the weather is cold, but
bro. Let's wait till the summer.
Hiking.
Hiking. Once the weather. I think spring. I think in
We
March.
We don't have to. We can actually just do it now.
I'm down for it.
We can
I'm
actually-
down
we
for
don't
it.
Sunday morning.
Yes.
I'm down
11
for a
o'clock.
cold. Yeah. Let's.
Few
Saturday,
hours.
Sunday morning. The last time was actually it was to me it was special for me because that's actually the first time I've actually done that before.
Yeah, that most of us. That's our first time.
How many hours did you do the last time?
in total, probably like 3.5, 4 hours. It wasn't. It was. We
Yeah,
got tired
but at
pretty
least we
quickly,
spent. We actually
but we're
spent
out for the whole day. Yeah.
Actually,
Nice.
it was just
Nice.
it was good. It was good. It was good. And I think next time we probably because we've gained a bit more experience, we'll be able to navigate.
Yeah.
You know,
I know some good routes in Surrey we can do.
I'm
Yeah,
down,
we can,
I'm
we
down
can.
for next weekend,
I think
yeah.
we shouldn't say we'll do it. We should just pick a weekend very soon, maybe late January, early February.
I'm
Just
saying
do
next
it.
weekend. I can do next.
I'm
weekend
there,
if
bro.
you guys are down.
Next weekend.
Yeah.
Is it just the three of us, or you want to add?
I'll
people.
I'll let the
Say
group.
no
I know
more.
Hassan will be
Say
interested.
Say no more.
I'll let the group.
Yeah, a few people.
Say no more. We just check the weather. And
We
just
can tell
see how
Peddy as well. I'm sure he'll want to come out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he will be.
Shout out to our boy Petty.
Yeah, shout
Peddy,
out to
yeah.
Peddy, man. Old
Yeah.
tight Peddy.
Yeah, love, bro. Yeah.
So yeah, you know, I didn't mean that, but yeah, I really love to do that. Yeah, you were saying you're talking about your
I
plans
cut
for
him
this
off.
year. No, I
Oh,
didn't.
no,
I just
yeah,
wanted
he
you
was just
to-
like-
I asked
No,
you
no,
because
it-
I'm
no, no,
into
it's
that.
alright. You
hiking-
did excuse.
The hiking actually, you know,
It's
it's
part
part
of-
of fitness. It's part of.
Of
gym,
course,
so-
yeah.
I think the only other thing I'd like to read a lot more books this year.
Same.
I said I was going to read books last year. I don't think I did much.
Yeah.
So I like to read a lot more books. That's it for me.
I start reading a lot of books and then I get like 75% of the way and then stop. So I need to complete
I
those
think
books.
my own. I actually want to be a better person all around in every aspect of my life. Like I want to invest more in myself when it comes to, like, as you said, reading, being more health conscious. I need to lose a lot of weight, as you see. Being more health conscious and getting involved in activities that I've been procrastinating on, of pushing, you understand, forward all the
Yeah.
time and stuff, you know.
And there are a lot of nice activities. Even you said
Yes.
camping, right? Camping's really good. Honestly, camping is good.
Love,
Especially when you go to places like Cornwall, like it's really good.
Even travel more this year, just
Yeah.
being more active and spending a lot. Even though I spend time with my family, but I want to spend more time
Yeah.
with them. You understand as well this year. So yeah, it's just
No,
a lot
that's
of
good
things
stuff.
I want to do.
Something else I'm doing this year.
And also, yeah, sorry. I also want to have a more spiritual year. I want to build a better relationship with God. Obviously, as you all know, I'm a Christian. so-
Pastor Femi's what he's
not
trying to
Pastor,
say
it's
is that
just-
he's starting his own church. Breakaway.
So it's the kind of thing. Sorry to interrupt you. It's the kind of things I really want to do this year. So I just want to focus on myself, building myself, and just being better at everything I do. My life, my marriage, everything.
You know what? Yeah, these things we're talking about, and they're not difficult tasks, and they're tasks they're things we should be doing. But it's just the way that we just get carried away and end up not doing these things. We just, someone said, it reminds me of a joke someone said. Someone said, there's no difference between 2022 and 2023. That it's not a scam. That you literally go to bed, you wake up, stretch, and then like it's 2023. That how do you go 360 from doing something yesterday to do something different today?
I think
So
it's just a benchmark.
I think we just make these things a lifestyle, I guess, and
Just
just
a
carry on
benchmark.
doing them.
Just a benchmark,
Um,
basically, for you to know. At least you know that you have an opportunity to reset at the start. Even though I get what the guy is saying, but
No, it was
at
a
least
joke. It was a meme. Yeah.
No, but to be honest, some people think like that. A lot of people think like that as well. I think the thing is just beginning of the year is just like a benchmark, a time where you can reset, reevaluate, and look at things, because time is measured in seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks,
Yeah.
months, and years. So and decades
Yeah.
and so on. So, and it's after a year. You
No, I
can,
get you. I get you. Very important stuff. Something else I want to do this year is go to Nigeria.
oh yeah.
I haven't been to Nigeria since
Oh, to pick
2019.
the second wife, my
Ah, bro.
what's the name of your village,
Ekpe, I don't. What's my village in Ekpe? I don't even know.
Yeah, just
I'm from
Ekpe,
Ekpe.
Ekpe is in Lagos State, bro.
Yeah.
How are Ekpe ladies?
Ah, bro. To be honest, I don't even think. Well, when I look at I don't even know. I don't think I know a lot of Ekpe people. Aside my cousins, but
Ekpe is like is in the board. Is also part of his Ogun State as well, isn't it?
yeah, it's like Ijebu. The other side is Ijebu. You know, like I don't know if it's Ijebu or Day, but it's like
Yeah, there's a lot. It's quite
Ijebu,
swampy and arid and stuff.
yeah, there's we've got lagoon, seaside,
So you got Mami Water Shore
and
there.
the big fishing market as well. It's massive. Yeah. That's actually something to see. If you ever end up in Lagos, go to Ekpe, the seaside. Big fishing village. Yeah, really nice. Really nice. Yeah, I remember growing up, my dad used to go there like once a month, and you go and get a lot of fish. Like whenever he goes, he comes back with these baskets of fish. Like, bro. And then that evening, my mom and the helps would spend time separating it to bags, putting it in the freezer. Yeah, it used to be interesting.
Your
watching
dad likes fish, Abi.
bro.
That's good.
I grew up eating a lot of fish. So half will be smoked, half will be fresh, bro. And then that night, my mom will cook. She'll make egusi with the smoked one, and then make some stew with the bro. Memories, man.
Growing up was fun,
bro. It was too much fun.
So what exactly is the reason that you want to go? Is it just for holiday?
Yeah, holiday. The kids have been asking to go for a long time, but the only reason why I haven't gone is all our passports have expired.
Nigerian passports.
Nigerian passports. And bro, the process. So
even mine as well.
First, we had to get this NIN number thing. After the NIN number, you have to then apply for your passport, like get an appointment online. I think for 4 of us, it was like $600. And then you take a day off work to go into London to go and do the appointments, take a picture and all that. And I hear that takes a whole day. Then you pay another, 20 quid per passport for some postal something.
Yeah, postal order.
Then you, then they send you the passport.
What date did they give you?
I think 13th of February or something.
Oh, okay, it's even that soon. That's nice.
Yeah. And I was just saying those figures because, like, thankfully for us, it's probably not a problem, but a lot of people, a lot of Nigerian families here, I don't know if they can afford like 600 quid for their passports. And then that's aside the flight as well, Flights to Nigeria are not cheap now. So yeah, I feel sorry for people who can't,
your kids, the one for your kids, yeah. How were you able to? Did you just get passports to them? Is it because my kids haven't got Nigerian passports? So
no, okay.
How were you able to?
So when they were born, we always got them passports as soon as they were born.
No, I mean Nigerian passports.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, the Nigerian one as well.
Okay, cool.
But they've expired. They've all expired now. So all you need to do now is you need to apply for that NIN.
Yeah, NIN.
But to get the NIN, you need another number.
I know.
Something number that you get from Nigeria. So luckily, I'd done that the last time I was in Nigeria.
It's a BVN number.
BVN number, that's the one.
Let me just say, yeah. I went to Nigeria in May.
Yeah.
So I rushed, did the NIN thing in either April or May. Till today, I haven't got anything back.
You've not got your NIN?
Nothing.
No, they gave us the number straight away.
I paid visa on arrival or whatever.
So can you do that? Can you get on the plane with no passport?
It's expensive. You don't even want to do it. Trust
How
me.
did you? Okay.
So you got to the airline let you fly?
No. I had to arrange it here, like an e-visa.
Oh, like an e-visa.
Then when I got there, they stamped me, all of us in. But
so the e-visa, did you have to go into London?
No. You arrange it from here. Like, so if you get in contact with the immigration service in Nigeria, they set it up. You send the payments, and then
lot of cash,
it was desperate measures. It was for Ikena's wedding. So
But I think now they kind of announced that you can use a TC to travel to Nigeria.
No, you can use an expired passport to travel to Nigeria.
It's happened to Toro before, where this was a while back. They told her she could do that. She got to the airport, and the airline won't let her get on. So even the Nigerian government don't have a problem with it. Some airlines are saying it's not policy that they have.
Even if
they've announced
even if you have a British passport with you.
Yeah.
But they've announced it.
So you might be lucky, or you might be unlucky to get someone who's like, sorry, mate, it's not in the system. You're not going.
Now, basically, the Nigerian government have announced it that you can use.
The thing is, the Nigerian government have to. It has to be policy that the airlines know for a fact, not that they're just telling Nigerians.
Hopefully it's been implemented everywhere. Anyway.
Yeah, because we're thinking, we should just go, but then you buy all these tickets, you get to the airport and they say you can't fly. But
crazy,
luckily, hopefully we'll get to do is get our passports, visit Nigeria. I would have gone earlier, but my folks are like, no, wait until after the elections.
It
might be violent, and What are your thoughts on this Nigerian election service? It's a big topic at the moment.
And if we talk about it, obviously I can touch on it, but if we try and delve deep into it,
it's not.
For 2 weeks.
Yes.
You understand? It's not. It's the whole. I don't know. It's just You know, I
Yeah.
think they should just get over and done with.
What I really hope is that Nigeria gets the right sort of leadership now, and someone who's just going to who just wants to make a change. But my worry with Nigeria is always the one man will always have a good have the good intention, but then you have all these people who
I think
are the godfathers. No, let me land the point.
Okay, go.
You have all these people who are like the godfathers who help you get into these positions. And part of the deals you strike with them is, okay, you can have 3 ministers, you can have 4 ministers. Now, you as the president, you have your plans. You have plans you want to implement when you get there. But then when you have all these external forces that you can't control, disturbing your government, then that's where I think the problem comes from.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you earlier. What I wanted to say was that for people that don't really know about Nigerian government, could you just summarize like the people involved, the kind? That's what I wanted to tell you earlier.
I think a bit of Nigerian history. So Nigeria is about 60 something. Yeah. Nigeria is 62, 63 now, 60 something. Yeah, since independence from
1960, 63 this year, 62 at the moment.
Yeah, so 63 years since the since Nigeria got independence from Great Britain, and I think we've had more military rule than civilian rule. It was up until 1999 that we've had undiluted civilian rule. So before then, it's been military. The military will come for a few years, and then the civilian government comes. They topple him. There's a coup. There's all of that. So since 1999, people have had the opportunity to vote in a democracy and elect their own presidents, and senators and governors and the rest. But I think what has happened progressively is there'll be a government that comes into power, do such a bad job, a new party comes in. So we have we've always had like 2 solid parties, 2 2 top political parties, and then we have the smaller ones. So right now is PDP, APC.
The time was SDP.
SDP and
NRC,
NC and Kinikon. But now it's APC and PDP. And now there's an outsider, Labour Party. I want to say a younger guy, but he's not necessarily a younger guy, but he's
younger than both of them, though.
Yeah, younger than both of them, and he's been governor of an eastern state in Nigeria, so he does have government experience, but people don't see him as the norm. They see him as a different kind of change, don't they?
I think he has a finance background as well. I think so.
No,
he's headed a lot of big, like he's really transformed a lot.
I don't know which bank, but I think
he's headed a lot of. He's got.
No, he had a lot of money in that bank, and they made him chairman.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah,
but he was still.
He's educated to like, I think he studied
PhD or MBA level or something.
Nah, bro, he's like, his first degree was something random that I got 3rd class in.
Yeah.
He's not an academic at all. He's more of a trader.
He's a businessman.
He's a businessman, importer and exporter.
Peter Obi, by the way.
Peter Obi. But people see him as less of the institution than the other 2, right? The other 2, one's a previous governor of Lagos State.
Bro, what are you talking about? The guy went to Christ the King. He went to Harvard Business School.
No, bro, those are executive stuff. He's a trader. Anybody can pay for all these things and just get.
Sure?
Yeah, even he says
he has an MBA.
Peter Obi,
bro. Yeah, he could have an MBA.
Yeah,
but his first degree was either in
he
Nsukka
just got
or
these things.
ABSU
He just
or something.
I'm sure it's like an executive something that he spent 2 weeks to get.
I don't think so.
Bro, he's not an academic.
I'm reading it. They said he's held leadership position in some private establishments. Chairman and director of Guardian Express Mortgage Bank, Guardian Express Bank, Future View Securities, Paymaster, Charms, Data Corp, and Card Center.
He had money in those places.
He's the youngest chairman of Fidelity Bank. Bro, he's not.
Yeah, because he had a lot of money. Look,
but it doesn't matter.
Bro, listen. Bro, listen. No.
Okay.
Bro, listen.
He's
bro, listen. Where has he worked?
Out of all this,
bro.
All the
he's not. Where has he worked? Where has he worked up until that? Even read Atiku. Atiku has a lot of doctorates and everything. It doesn't mean what's his working career? How has he got into anywhere? He's a trader. That's what he's known for.
I don't know, Sha. Let me. I don't want
Femi,
to.
I just reading it there.
I don't want to. Yeah, because
I've been reading all their histories. No, he's a trader. That's where he makes his money from.
I've heard about Peter Obi. Like, I've actually heard that he's not obviously.
Was he manager in that bank before he became something? No. These are like he has money. That's why they made him the owner of that bank.
They said he went to Harvard Business School. He completed 2 major programs. He went to LSE.
When did he go? When did he go to this
I don't know, but he did. All these
bro, read it. Fact check it properly.
Bro.
But let's move on from what we're saying. So people see Peter Obi as less of the establishment than the other two. And this is where it gets tricky, you know. A lot of the younger people are supporting him. The internet generation, they're all supporting him. Tinubu, who's the former governor of Lagos State, is an older man. And there's a lot of questions about his health. But then I still think he's the favorite to win because he's part of the incumbent government, or political party rather. He's got so much political structure behind him. And then the last person in PDP is Atiku Abubakar, who was the
former
vice president of Nigeria, and he's made a few attempts to get into office, but he hasn't. Actually, the last elections, Peter Obi, who's now in Labour Party, was the vice presidential candidate on the same ticket as Atiku Abubakar. So it's quite interesting to see how that one plays out as well. But yeah, I think he's very. Why I was saying it was funny initially was, since I've been a kid in Nigeria, you have one government, they rule for 8 years, and they do such a bad job that the next government is preaching change, even though it's the same people. They preach change and new era, new dawn. You vote them in, they do the same thing. Everybody from the other political party migrates to the one that's won. So it just feels like the same people, the same system to me. So I'm not really sure what it takes to really change Nigeria.
Deep. It's very deep.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really
It's
deep.
very, yeah.
It's really, because I think, obviously not going into, but Nigeria has problems. Like, our problems are, they're not 10 years worth of fixing.
Yeah.
They're like,
you need a generation to fix
it. You understand, of fixing. And I don't know, it's crazy, because at the end of the day, you understand, at the end of the day, I hope we're not going to revert to type in that. Okay, going back to what I said, in 1999, when we had the first Obasanjo, I'll be very honest, for the first, we do 4-year terms for president, and
you could get re-elected for a second term.
Maximum is 2 terms, so that's 8 years. For the 8 years, there was a lot of stability, growth, and innovation in Nigeria. I don't think anyone was actually going to argue about that.
I think that was the best phase.
That was, I think, I'm not saying Obasanjo was the best president, but he actually introduced a lot of things in Nigeria and helped boost the economy. That time, Nigeria became the biggest economy in Africa.
Yeah.
After a very long time, we overtook South Africa. Then, after him, there was another guy in the same party of Obasanjo called
Yaradua.
He came in. He was there for how long before he died?
He was on, maybe 2-3 years. 2 years.
It wasn't even up to 2 years.
Yeah, because Jonathan finished his term.
Oh, it was 2 years.
And then...
How long Jonathan spent?
6 years.
Okay. So he was there for a while, then Jonathan came, and then he died, then his vice president, Jonathan, took power and stuff. So I think one of the things people said about Jonathan was that he was a weak president. I don't really know, because I'm not part of it, but say he was a weak president, and he allowed the embezzlement and the mismanagement and corruption, which has plagued Nigeria previously, before 1999, to come back in and stuff. But some people also argue that at least things were still getting done in Nigeria and everything. So anyway, Jonathan spent 2 years and he got re-elected, I think. Then he spent another 4 years. Then after...
He tried to contest again for a second term.
Yes.
Because the first 2 years he did, or maybe, I don't know how long, but I think it was 2 years, was the end of someone else's term. So that didn't count towards his 8 years.
So after I did the second 4 years, then he tried to contest, but he lost to our current president in Nigeria now, Buhari. And I'll leave this to Mo to talk about how he's seen the presidency till now. Anyway,
you know what? I think so. Buhari's government, because I don't think that Buhari's government set out to wreck Nigeria, but I think the decay started from Jonathan's government. Um, in Jonathan's government, there was a lot of mismanagement. There was, I think back, what did they really do? What exactly would you say was his legacy? I know they started a few roads that were not complete. They didn't solve the electricity issues.
Yes.
They,
Definitely.
There was corruption. So Jonathan's government started all of this crap. Not saying Buhari's government didn't compound it, but Buhari's government has come into a government where I think the first term he had, the dollar, the oil price, because Nigeria is our economy is solely based on exportation of crude oil. The dollar hit record lows at that point. I think it was when it went to it was so cheap then. So Nigeria wasn't making any money, or we're taking on borrowing a lot of money.
Was it not during his time there were record crude prices in Jonathan's time?
Record high, yeah.
Crude prices were record high. So
Nigeria made a lot of money under Jonathan.
I know
think.
that. Okay, it was Buhari's time that
He went low under Buhari's. Come back up, boy. That was when Nigeria was not making any money, and there are further problems where it's an import-based economy apart from the oil. Even the oil is re-imported back because we send out the crude, bring in the finished product. So, and because we're not producing anything, and everything's benchmarked against the dollar, Nigeria is just like, I don't see any way out to. So even if Peter Obi has all these fantastic ideas, right, or anyone says they can change Nigeria, you're going to have to borrow more money and mortgage the future of the country, right? Because now we're not making, all the money we're making now is going to recurring. Our budget is just, all the money is about just servicing debt and paying people's salaries. And so you're thinking, where's the money going to come from?
If I come in here, the problem I have with the current administration is they didn't really do anything to drive growth in the country.
Yeah.
They didn't implement the right, even if we were going to borrow, at least we should plant some seeds that will germinate probably over years, but we did not do anything. Yeah. We focused, we'll probably just move on very soon, but a lot of the economic policies were focused on dead ends.
Yeah.
They were focused on things that will not, you understand? We became, a lot of things, and we all saw it. The standard of living for everyone has fallen, and it's fallen down so badly that it's just, although people are still making money, people will still make money regardless of the, but it's just that the average Nigerian now is worse off than they were 8 years ago.
Yeah. And I feel for the poorer people, right? Because even not just the poorer people, even the what used to be the middle class, which is very small now, even they're suffering. Because think about this: when I moved here, 11, 12 years ago, the naira was about £240 to a 200 and what was it now? £1 was 240 naira.
Are you talking about black market rate or
parallel market? Yeah, that's where almost everyone buys from.
Okay, cool.
It was about £240 naira to a pound. Now, last week was 890-ish.
900 according to what I saw.
Yeah, it's gone up to records highs of 9 something, but I think it was 890 last week. If you were earning $1,000 in Nigeria, right, 10 years ago, and you were changing at 240, now that 1,000 buys you how much now?
That's $1,000.
Yeah, so pounds. So yeah, so now you're poorer. So even if you've gotten 50% pay rise in that time, you're still poorer.
And you are talking about even because most people in Nigeria get paid in naira anyway.
Exactly. They get paid in naira.
Yeah, so yeah.
But everything is imported into Nigeria. So and then the cost of even petrol, the petrol, diesel and petrol, is gone up. My brother said there's a strike now.
It's crazy.
I think he's bought it for 200 and something naira for a liter last week. So you're just thinking, how are people surviving? How? I don't know.
But we're resilient people.
Namo, I think you need to press something there.
We are quite I think as
very resilient.
Nigerians, 99% of us are like we have that hustle mentality in us. So by any means, and I think I just pray that this particular election will
change things, man.
Not change things, but it will be a catalyst for change. Whatever the result, whatever happens, the outcome will be a catalyst for change for a positive change. That's it.
I hope so.
It's just Africa, basically. And
I hope so.
Speaking of Africa, you see the leader of what's he called?
Oh my God. Yeah, President of Southern Sudan. He wet himself. There was a video of him wetting himself.
Yeah, he was standing to attention for the national.
Yeah, for the national anthem, and this man wet himself, like literally.
But that can happen, to be honest, because.
But how? How can that happen?
No. People are old now. People have health issues.
Yeah, but should that person though? So what's the way to do that guy at Tinubu?
Yeah, but the Tinubu can't construct a sentence.
It's the same, bro. If you're wetting yourself.
Bro, that wetting, it can happen to anybody.
No, bro.
I've seen young people with bladder problems.
Bro,
it can happen.
Bro,
Sometimes
I'm sure if you have a medical problem, you're not supposed to be president of the country.
Yeah, but what if you
check that constitution, it probably says that.
I see most of the presidents we've had, even in America, Joe Biden is old and everything. But I don't have a problem with age. Age. I don't have a problem with age. Can wear them. What if your bladder should fail after I become president?
Then you stop being president.
No, I don't think it's that easy.
How acceptable is it for a president to wet himself?
Yeah, but he didn't wet himself on purpose now.
That's my point exactly. Bro, no, but are you for real?
More is health issues. More is health issues. It can happen to anyone. God forbid, it can happen to anybody.
First and foremost, for me, the man hasn't said he has health issues.
Yeah, but for you to wet yourself.
No, bro, he hasn't said that.
Yeah, but okay,
you know what he's done? Should I tell you what he's done? Yeah. He's arrested 6 journalists.
That's why I have a problem.
And he's arrested them for filming him wetting himself.
No, that is why and
distributing the photo. So tell me how that is okay for a president to be wetting himself.
That is why I have a problem. If he wets himself, it happens. Things like this happen. You understand? I don't really have a problem. It might look funny, but to be honest, he's a human being. He might have.
Now, let me get you on here, please. Let me get your opinion.
It can happen to anybody. Like people have health. It's just.
Okay, let's break it down now. First and foremost, yeah. If a president wets himself in public, right? If the excuse for that is that he has health issues, right? First and foremost, should he not declare he has health issues?
Well, we don't really know. We are not in the country. We don't really know.
No, not necessarily.
No, really.
Okay, so
to anybody.
I can assure you that most constitutions have it that if you're the president
in Africa,
everyone has a constitution.
Okay, so
and minus that, right? The man hasn't said he has health issues.
No,
what he's done instead is he's arrested people.
Which is wrong.
So is that okay? So which one is it? Are you a man that has problems and not telling your people?
Yeah, so I think that's what the issue is. Like,
is that going to happen in the Western world where you're wetting yourself or you have medical problems as the president and you're not declaring it?
See, we don't know if he's declared.
So let's go back to Nigeria. Do you remember? I remember during Buhari's first term when he was away for months and he just said health issues. That's all he said.
But is this okay though? Is this okay though?
No, it's not okay, but it's the world we live in Africa.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, so when is Africa going to move away from but we all have this conversation, and now I know you're strong. In fact, and Femi as well. You're both very strong on Tinubu not becoming president of Nigeria, saying
based on his health.
Both on his health. So what now makes this conversation?
Based on Tinubu's health.
Wait, Femi, let me say. So for me, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying someone who wets himself, we don't know exactly what it is. Just because they're old.
Is the president of a country, bro?
It might just be. No, I agree. Yeah.
Do you want to be ruled by someone?
No, it's not a good look. But you wetting yourself. You not being able to control your bladder is not my biggest issue with a president. My biggest issue
if the president of a country cannot control, this is
it's not control.
Bro, this is the most significant job, bro.
But you're actually,
and this is why the economy is stagnant.
No, you're actually not being. I think you are not actually thinking about what you're saying. Like, what if he's been?
I think you've lost your mind,
been given
bro.
a clean bill of health, and
by who?
Just hold on. At that particular point, his kidney or his bladder just failed, and he couldn't control it. You understand? And he discovered that he had some issues he didn't have before. Do you think because of that, you understand?
So she did not declare it.
But what if he just found out there and then? He might not know.
No, but he's arrested people. That's his response to it.
Yeah, but that is my own.
Femi, but you can't justify your president peeing himself, bro.
But it's not his fault.
And it's normalized.
It's his body. His body failed him. Anyone's body can fail them.
So Tinubu is saying that he's well as well. He's fit and well.
Have you seen what Tinubu has been doing? We've been seeing it.
Tinubu hasn't wet himself.
Yeah, but what he's doing,
he's been okay. If I play devil's advocate,
you're not going to actually understand what I'm saying.
No, I'm finding it hard, bro.
Because I know people that all of a sudden just developed issue. I'm not saying that's what happened to him, but the fact that you can't control your blood doesn't mean you can't rule a country. I'm sorry.
No,
it doesn't mean.
I'm very sorry, bro.
It doesn't mean.
If you have health,
what you are saying is, so you want every president to be Hercules.
Bro, every president must be fit and well. This is the most important job in the country.
Yeah, but
it's a rigorous job.
In the West, Africa.
No.
Africa. I'm not saying is the right thing to do, but Africa.
That's what you're saying. You're saying it's not wrong. It means it's right.
The problem is not the health of the president. It is not.
So vote Tinubu in then.
It's not the health of the president.
Namo.
It's
based on this argument. So can we all take it that Tinubu can be president?
No way.
If his health is not a problem,
health. But I never said Tinubu's main problem was health. It's not about the health.
That's what you said.
I'm saying this is health. I'm saying this is mental health.
Femi, what's your own problem?
I'm not saying it's crazy. I'm just saying that he doesn't seem coherent.
It's not only about health or anything.
Well, that's my biggest issue.
Yeah.
That's my biggest
issue.
Femi,
what's your problem with him?
Can you have a gripe with a president because he weed himself?
Not gripe, but yeah, I wouldn't want my president.
I want to know why he's weeing himself.
On
so
TV.
why are you the president of a country?
No, but you can't look at what you're saying. You're saying why?
Femi,
it can happen to anyone.
Femi.
But our problem in Africa is not the president weeing himself.
Femi,
his president looking out for the interests of the people.
Femi,
that's the thing.
Femi, you can't be the managing director of a publicly listed company if you're wetting yourself or you have health issues.
No, don't say that.
Bro, you can't.
Don't ever say
bro,
that.
You can't.
No.
Bro, what board is going to let a sick man rule the company?
No. Don't. What if the sick man owns the company? What are you saying?
I said a publicly listed company. Nobody's going to let a sick man rule a company. So why should a sick man rule a country?
Bro.
If you're unwell, you need care.
Bro.
You need to be looked after.
Bro.
Femi, why do we take 6 days off work?
Okay, what if it's just a temporary?
I don't understand. I don't get.
So it needs to be explained why he's wet himself. It's not normal, Namo. It's not normal. But you know how he's responded? He's responded by arresting journalists. Is that okay?
Problem. And that is the issue. That is the issue with what I'm talking about. You win yourself. You win on yourself. It's not my. It's the way you treat the people. It's your response to the whole thing. That's my own issue.
If you read yourself and you know it was not a problem, maybe that moment something happened, right?
If he came out and spoke about
and
it,
you say,
I have more respect for him. But for
my
the
health
fact
is
that
okay.
For the fact he arrested people, that's my own problem. For the fact he even came out and arrested, that's the
problem. I think Africa to move forward, right? We need to stop accepting things and say it's the African way. But
what's African way?
That's my take.
To what?
No part of the world.
Look at America's president.
Is he weeing himself?
How do you know he doesn't wee himself? How do you know he doesn't wear wet pants? How do you know?
Well, he's not weeing himself on TV.
Know. Yeah, but you don't. Baby,
number
you
one
don't know.
and two. America is a country where
you a lot of clangers.
The country needs to know if you're unwell. Okay, in Western world, the country needs to know.
Namo, Joe Biden, does it seem like somebody who is?
He's not unwell. He's not unwell. Whether I like it or not.
Does it seem like someone who is gallant?
I don't know if it's been like edited clips and stuff. I've seen some gaffes from.
He's not edited.
Yeah, but he's not unwell. He has to show that he's not unwell. The day he's sick, the president of the United States of America, the British president, remember when Boris had COVID, right? Do you remember how quickly they had to get it out, get someone in place, get number 2? These are people who have codes to nuclear weapons.
Bro, okay, I talk about.
Do you get me?
Theresa May had type 1 diabetes. You understand? True, she still has it now. She has to wear something about it and everything. But she was our prime minister. They never used that against her. A lot of leaders have health issues.
Bro, your health issues have to be declared It has to be manageable, and it has to be proven that it cannot
How do you know
affect
his
your
own is
job.
not manageable?
Who?
If you wore
He's wetting himself.
adult Pampers that day. Listen. If you wore adult Pampers that day, how do you?
If you wet yourself and the response to it is that you arrest people,
which is the only problem.
not only are you physically ill,
problem.
you are mentally ill as well.
It's the only problem. My only problem is that some people have bladder.
And the Theresa May one, I take your word for it, but I've not heard
she does
so
not
well. But I just think that for Africa to move forward, and this is my point. Going back to, I asked Namo last week. I said, what exactly is Obi or Tinubu or anybody going to do to change Nigeria? I remember we said this on the call where I said the average Nigerian has to change their mentality as well, right? Not just the president. Everybody needs to change from the top down. People who still think it's okay to have housemaids that use different pots. They say, oh, you can't. They bring a girl from the village, a 10-year-old girl from the village, to come and look after the house, clean the house, sleeps in a different part of the house. These are things that we need to correct. We say it's the African way, but these are the things that won't let Africa move forward, in my opinion. Until we start to push for equality, it's never going to. Peter Obi is the, we say is the best candidate right now. Peter Obi has had to go to visit Babangida. Babangida, we can all agree, is one of the people that has affected Nigeria because he was a military leader. But you still have to go to that guy to say, sir, I want to be president, and he has to give you his blessings. And I can promise you his blessings doesn't come free. How many things you have to promise him? So until we can move away from that, Peter Obi is going to try his best. He's going to have the best intentions, but how do you
become
really do anything?
To be honest, let's put a close on this Nigeria position. But how do you become president of a country like Nigeria without getting the support of? That's the way.
No. But if Peter Obi really thinks he's coming for change, right?
Yeah.
And he believes he has the numbers that we all think that he has, then he shouldn't need anyone.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, that it doesn't work like that all over the world. It doesn't work like that anywhere.
Why?
Because it doesn't. That's
why
politics. You have to have people.
Why?
You understand? People you have to pander to, especially during an election. That's the way it works.
I'm sure Nigeria has at least maybe
Bro,
20 million Twitter users. I don't know.
All over the world, there are godfathers in politics.
Yeah.
All over the world.
If we do numbers,
every
right?
country, even the UK, in fact. So you can't say this thing will change.
The people still in the Western world.
Yeah.
Is your vote that still matters, that counts.
It does, but the problem.
Why does Tinubu need Babangida?
Yeah, but you don't
Peter Obi. He's presenting himself as change, as new, as not corrupt.
The fact he goes to see them doesn't mean it doesn't represent change. I'm sorry,
bro.
I'm sorry. Your yardstick for measuring. You understand his eligibility to be president.
My question is, how does it affect the change?
Yeah, but the fact you went to see Mr. Amis, these are people
but
that
why do you have to see? But why do you have to see a man? And this is what I'm still saying. What is Peter Obi going to change when he still has to go to Babangida, who is probably almost 90 years old, and Obasanjo and all these guys? If he still needs these guys to be president,
I agree with you. I feel like maybe he feels that with the Nigerian structure, the electoral structure, you have to play that game.
So if he's having to play that game, so it means he's not going to be in control then.
Okay, can I tell you something?
Not in full control.
Okay.
Definitely not.
So how is he going to affect change? That's what I'm saying.
Even Buhari that said that he was coming to do this and that, he wasn't in full control.
Oh, but Buhari was in a much stronger position as an ex-military Hausa man.
I agree.
Can I ask you a question? Which president in the world, in the Western world, in the whole world, just to round up, in the whole world doesn't have godfathers?
I'm sure there's some that don't.
Where?
I'm sure some don't.
Can you tell me a country where, except maybe a military guy comes in and kills or takes over?
But you know the difference,
you understand?
But you know the difference, right?
It's not about
in most Western countries. Okay,
but countries
in most Western countries, what happens is the godfathers will be the political parties, and those political parties have manifesto that they have to deliver.
But the problem is,
so it's common good.
What you are doing is you are setting the same you are putting the same yardstick to measure the political systems in the West and Africa. What you should realize is that Africa is still. I understand it's not an excuse, but But Africa,
That's what I'm
just
saying.
hold on, let me
60
finish.
years of
Hold on, let me
independence.
finish. Hold on,
And
let me
we're still
finish.
thinking like this.
Hold on, let me finish. How many years of independence have the UK got or America got? America's got like centuries of independence. You understand?
I'm sure when we were 60 years.
They've had time, they've had years, they've had centuries to fight wars, to do this thing, and to mold their system. The same for the UK. UK has been independent. The last time UK got invaded I think it was a normal conquest. Actually, I think there was Harold the Orange from Holland actually invaded, I think a lot after that, but I'm not sure if it's kind of invasion or anything. UK have had time and time again, Britain to even bring in countries.
But we are not even inching in the right direction.
Hold on. To perfect their democracy and stuff. Now, I'm not making any excuse, but look at Africa now. Africans, they had empires, everything. When they now came and they became colonized for like maybe a century or something, their independence was not given to them. So, it's not an excuse, but how do you expect, with the way the world is now, the world is even more messed up than it was before. How do you expect in 60 years, in 40 years, countries to just pick up and just, okay, look, we'll go. Fam, there's a lot of
Nigeria's democracy is still young. I'm not doubting that.
Exactly.
So but what I'm still saying is, but what I'm saying is
that we're comparing to the West.
No, but Femi, what I'm still saying is, as humans, we're not changing.
Obviously.
And if you forget the politics, as Nigerians, we keep saying it's the Nigerian way. I don't know if it's changed now, and I'm sure it hasn't changed. I remember when I used to drive in Nigeria, the biggest frustration for me, this guy is driving this way. This guy is driving this way.
Always.
This guy is wrong. He shouldn't be here. But he's going to block it. And he's going to go, no, you go back. And that is like 6-7 hours of traffic. That's going to delay everyone. The trader trading, the market woman, the students, the workers. How does the economy
I'm not
move
making
forward?
excuses for Africa, but I think at the end of the day, I think it's all down to us individually. But I will never compare European democracy or American democracy.
It's more the characteristics.
I'm not going to compare, because at the end of the day, you understand, this same European democracy that we are talking about, they plunged the world into world wars. Not once, not twice. Africa hasn't even done.
I'm not even talking about democracy. It's more the leadership, the qualities.
But the leadership as well. Is it not someone called Hitler? Hitler was European. You understand?
Femi, you're taking this to another level.
Napoleon was European.
You're taking this to another level.
I'm not, because the thing is, these guys.
If I want to be controversial, even those guys were nationalists, they even still cared about their people and they were fighting others, right?
Yeah, but you can't say controversial. These are the guys, but their wars affected the whole world. So at the end of the day, I understand.
So we should look after. We should try. The average Nigerian.
See, I'm not saying we are perfect. We have a lot of issues, but we can't be measuring how Europe works.
Femi, forget their systems. Forget their systems. The concept, I'm still telling you, the concept is still the human nature part. It's still. What did I say in the beginning?
So
I said, how is he going to make change?
Can I explain to you?
If we have all these young people on Twitter who says this Peter Obi they are voting for, and we take all of the East and they say it's Peter Obi they are voting for, some of the West, Southwest will vote for him, South will vote for him. That's enough to win the elections without Babangida.
I know, that's fine. But me, I'm just explaining.
That's enough without Babangida. So why do you need
to a lot of time on this? But me, I'm just explaining to you that at the end of the day, I don't think. See, Africa, is we're in God's hands. I don't think we should be comparing ourselves to any other country, any other continent.
The good parts of those other countries should be what we aim to achieve.
Obviously,
We've all moved out of Africa to come to these countries.
100%.
Do you get me? 100%. Now, the way you are now, there's certain things that you cannot deal with.
Obviously not.
I know things like corruption. The way you feel about it is probably not the way you felt about it when you lived in Nigeria. So, as we are evolving here, I mean, look how many Nigerians have moved out of Nigeria in the last decade.
I know.
What am I saying? Thousands. Canada, Australia, everywhere. I was talking to someone this week. His medical school was in Russia.
Yeah, Ukraine. Come, my friends.
Ukraine, Russia. So, we need to start to try to change our mentality to change Nigeria as well.
Let's jump off this topic, because this topic is very dear to us, and we spend so much time on it. You understand? Yeah. In other news, man like Andrew Tate, man like Andrew Potato.
Well, what's happening with that guy?
I don't know. He's been arrested in Romania. A lot of his properties and his stuff has been.
He's been attacked by the Matrix. He's been attacked. That's what he said. He said,
he's been
attacked by the Matrix.
Did he or did he not hold that woman against her
No
wish.
one woman.
Women.
Plenty of women. Like they said, he was running.
Yeah.
He was holding a lot of women. Also using them for webcam and sex work and stuff like that. So it's just, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't
you
like
see,
really talking about stuff that I don't know.
if you put yourself out there and you want to be so controversial,
Yeah, you must have a clean record.
you must be clean.
Yeah,
And guess what happened last week? Did you hear how they said they caught him? So
yeah,
was
yeah,
it
I
the
know
Twitter?
what you're gonna say.
Was it
That's
the
a lie,
Twitter
by the
one
way.
with Greta?
That's a lie, by
That
the
was
way.
funny
Yeah,
though.
yeah, they said
Let me
also-
tell you the
No, but
funny
that's
part.
not, but they always knew it was Romania now.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. But
That's
what
why
made it
it's
funny
crazy,
was
yeah.
Greta then replied, "This is why you should recycle your pizza boxes."
No. I think what happened.
How do you
was-
fly into a country and
I'm sure they knew
the
he was there.
service- Yeah, it doesn't even. It's not possible. It's
I'm sure they knew it was
not-
there, but it
not
was funny though. It was
possible.
funny
Yeah.
though because he and Greta were having their battle on Twitter. So people started saying it was the pizza box in the picture that gave him away. And Greta then tweeted saying,
What's your thoughts on
you should
what
recycle.
Andrew Tate stands for? Obviously, dudes.
Let me go.
I know
first,
Namo- I know it's
'cause
Namo's hero,
yeah. I agree with most of what he says. Obviously, that doesn't give much context.
maybe clarify the ones you don't agree with.
Yeah, like the things he says about women, not necessarily, but for me, and I watched the
Self-motivation
full-length interviews, not what's been
Yeah.
shared to us on BBC and the rest of it. You realize that he speaks about women less than 0.5% of the time.
it does.
It's a tiny amount. I'm not saying I agree or I don't. I'm just saying, like, I don't necessarily agree with what he says about women, but the 99.5% of the time he's talking about men and like being healthy, like, you know what we're talking about, working out and eating right and investing in businesses and stop being weak and you know. So
But
yeah,
it would be very ironic.
I don't
It would be
see.
very ironic if he's talking about men, his private jets, his Bugattis, his investing.
I was
When you
okay.
now find out, like my guy, when you now find out that my guy is actually using women for sex
Yeah.
work and them.
That would be
What's the point?
disgraceful.
It's
That would be
everything he's talked
disgraceful.
about
He's
now.
always been open about it.
About
About this, about having webcams, and it's not like some illicit business. That was
okay.
that
Yeah,
was
but
Okay.
what if it's actually like maybe doing it in such a way that it tantamount to modern slavery with the girls? Because that's
Well,
what he was arrested for. Like basically.
that's what the court case will be about, I guess. But,
Yeah, and that's where he would have let
he-
himself down.
Yeah, and that's why I said I don't agree with everything he said. So there's just like, you know, some of the things he says about, you know, how he gets the girls there and he's in relationships with all of them, and
Is that what he said?
yeah, well, it's his. Well,
It's him and his brother.
he said he initially set up the business with his girlfriends. He had multiple girlfriends, and he spoke to them about, you know, setting up the business, and they were happy with it. But
wow.
I feel like I'll just say this because, you know, I agree with. I don't want to say I'm a fan, but, you know, he's a no seriously, like he's a. For
He
me,
resounds with a lot of men, to be fair. Like,
yeah.
the
And he
thing
resounds
is-
with me.
the thing
I'll
is-
put my name out there. Femi, hold on one second. But what I just want to say is, if he is guilty of those crimes, I hope he goes to jail. But before then, he said, "Oh, they were coming for me." I don't know if he knew that he had committed
Done
some
something,
crimes. They were
yeah,
going
yeah.
to come and get him, and he was just playing the system. And he said, "Oh, the Matrix is coming for me." But if he is guilty, then
Yeah,
I
face the
hope he
music of
gets
the
what
law.
he deserves. If not, I
Yeah.
hope he comes out.
You know, I watched his interview with Piers Morgan.
First one. It was
The latest one.
embarrassing from Pierce.
No, the new one.
The new one was good. It was
The new one. Because I didn't know very much about the guy before. I'd only seen clips. But when I listened to what he was saying, and he's probably matured as well, and he's probably said a lot of things as well in the past to get clicks and things, and I think he admitted to having said things wrong. My views, I respect women. I love women because when I see a successful woman, I just love it. I've always liked my female bosses. My current boss is a woman. So I like women in that regard. So I don't really see when people say, you know, women this and that. But the parts that I sort of liked what he was talking about was how we've sort of lost focus on some of the important things.
Yeah, it's true.
You know,
No, he's right. He's right.
some of the
He's
important
right-
things
he's right-
we've
he's
lost.
right in
We've
those
lost,
parts,
you know.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, even if you take it down to simple things like kids in school, you know, I watch things on TV saying, oh, they should stop giving kids homeworks and not let kids do exams.
Who said that?
Oh, it's all over the place. There are people campaigning for it. And I look at it and think China is not stopping exams, right? Russia is not stopping exams.
I know.
When they're kids, when they start to revolutionize technology in the future, we're talking to a friend who's a doctor, and he was saying a lot of the kids who have gone to school now to become doctors are stopping. They're like, no, they don't want to do this. It's too much. It's too hard. And I understand. Like, I'm all for making things easier for people, but that's how soft I think we're becoming as a people, where everything is too hard. I'm not saying we should grow up in hardship, but everything is hard.
Yeah, I think the thing with him is, like, to be honest, my only issue, and I've told you as well, Namdi, that my only issue with him is the misogyny part.
Yeah.
You understand? The thing is, I think he the way he sees women a lot and everything. And to be honest, some people see it like that. It's not really a problem. I think one of the things is why he's so popular is he's filling a void in the market, especially for men who feel they're not being heard or they're not being catered to. They call them military age men, I think from maybe early 20s or maybe early 20s to about maybe late 30s. A lot of men who just want, like, someone who try and motivate them or validate them in a certain way or something. And it's fine. It's always good because every particular a group has their own people. So it's fine. But I think my own problem with him is, like, if you're gonna be coming out and doing that stuff, then you should be quite careful that your own house is in order. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you understand?
Yeah.
We know of a lot of stories where people have been loud on socials and everything, and their house was not in order. What happened to them?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't know if he did it or not.
Watching that interview, right, he was trying to say, look, I don't have a problem with women. But even Pierce was trying to get him to, like, I think because he's been known for that, everyone wants to get clarification on it.
He goes to one podcast called Fresh and Fit podcast. And
it's with a woman, I think.
No, it's some guy. I just feel, although those guys, they talk a lot of game and knowledge, but I don't like podcast where two guys, you bring up 30 women or 20 women, just to come and humiliate them. And although they talk a lot of real stuff for men, but I because the thing about women is, a lot of the issues that are going on with women now, especially all over the world in the Western world, I think men need to take responsibility as well to an extent. Especially look at a country like America in certain societies. The men will just impregnate women and just leave them. And you now start complaining that women are acting a certain way.
Yeah.
And it's the women that will have to, or the grandmother that have to raise the child from a young age to how it is. So I think
men have to definitely take responsibility.
Because some women acting a certain way is wrong. And I don't think it should be condoned. But I think men as well, especially, as I said, in certain communities, in certain societies, I think men should start being responsible. Because, imagine if a lot of people are following Andrew Tate and his supporters and everything. A lot of them, if you notice, a lot of them actually have not grown up in male households. And they need someone to help them become, actually, you get me? And he's filling that void. So I think men definitely, because if you train your son very well, if you train your son very, 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 very well, your number one hero will be you.
Yeah.
And obviously can have other heroes, but the way he will look up to
my son's hero is his mom, bro.
You understand? Somebody from outside. No, it's true. All of us here, the way obviously mom, but all of us here, in fact, most of us are except maybe our dads were not really our masculine hero on how to be. Who taught you how to be a man?
And even if that person,
but for a lot of people, it's Andrew Tate that is teaching them because they didn't really have. You get me? And people are Andrew Tate. So if you look at it, there's a market for it, and Andrew Tate is smart.
And some of the guys want to hear that as well. Some of the guys want to hear this.
Andrew Tate is actually smart for actually finding this gap in the market, feeling it,
niche,
and he's making a lot of money off it. So
be interested to see how it goes. I remember Pierce was asking him about the to comment on the Afghanistan ban on girls going to higher education. And he just kept saying, it's nothing to do with me. Like, I'm not qualified to comment on it. And they're like, no, tell us. And he's saying, look, the Western world has thrown bombs on farms in Afghanistan, right? Like, it's not in my place to dictate to them how to live, their society.
I find it very hard to talk about.
But they wanted him to just say,
other countries.
I agree with you. He's like, I don't, not to do with me.
I find it very hard to talk about a lot of stuff going on in other countries because it's really not. We don't, except we are 10 toes now. We have people there. It's very hard for
it's hard to know what's going on there, you know?
Like Afghanistan, I feel if on the outside, if someone says they banned women from going to school and university, I feel it's a detriment to them because you can't leave everything on men.
Yeah.
Men are not Terminator or Robocop. Where we need women in certain places as well. But
and also cultures as well. Cultures, it's very important cultures because you can't force your culture on certain cultures. You just can't because both men and women believe in this. As long as it's not harming people, like things like circumcision in some parts of Nigeria in the past, things like of Africa, things like what else did they do to people? I mean, female circumcision in this case, genital mutilation. Yeah, as long as it's not things like that, people have their cultures and. We need to be careful about what we're trying to impose on people. What's a good example?
Going back to what we're talking about.
Okay, sorry, the culture. How about the women that actually want to go to school?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, how about those ones?
It's still a bit tricky.
It's tricky.
Because if religion says no, what's the percentage of people who want to go to school?
Okay, so how about you say, I'm not part of that religion anymore. Can I go to school?
Then you have to leave that community, maybe.
No,
yeah,
are they giving that option? They'll probably kill you.
What I'm saying is...
What I'm saying... Oh, sorry. Let me rephrase that. What I'm trying to say is, if a majority of people in a culture believe in something, and you as a singular person thinks, or you believe something else because you've seen it in another culture, it's going to be a long process converting. But I don't think it has to come from inside.
Yeah, I agree.
It shouldn't be America who's going to go and tell people in Afghanistan.
They're living under oppression. So it's like, the way I see it is,
fair enough.
If I'm living in a country and I want to do something that's not harming anyone else, I should be, like, outsiders are allowed to talk about this. It's like, the
thing is...
A good example is alcohol in the Middle East.
Yeah.
The religion says no. Everybody, majority says no. If you want to do it, but how do you... It shouldn't be a third-party country that's going to say, let him drink. Yeah. Because our religion says no.
Exactly.
So maybe what that third-party country can do is say, guys, if you want to drink, I'm landing a plane at your airport 2:00 tomorrow. Get on that plane. Yeah. I'll give you a nice house in Atlanta. Come and drink there. But let the people be the ones that, I like the one in Iraq. The people are saying, majority, it's starting to be a majority. They want to not wear the scarves. Iran. So let the people do it themselves.
For me, I don't believe any woman or anyone should be denied education and stuff. But when it comes to rights and stuff, I think, as I said, I think everyone should be allowed education. But the problem is, even in the West, up until less than 100 years ago, women couldn't do a lot of things as well.
Yeah.
And it was, so I think at the end of the day, it should be something that it's sorted, and allowed. But I don't think we in the West a lot really have.
Yeah, it's just like you can't force it on people. It's like
telling people what to do and stuff, because it's just, I think
it's almost like saying we should stop, the way we do our traditional weddings and marriages. Sorry, the way we do. Imagine someone from the West now saying, no, you can't do those rituals because we don't do them. It's difficult
it's
because
a bit different,
some things are fundamental rights,
education is
which you shouldn't decline.
Everyone should have the right to be educated, because it's oppression. We are not going to say it's not. It's oppression. But what I'm saying is that if you look at the fleet, to pay devil's advocate, a lot of the American and British saying that this the same oppression was going on until, because that democracy is a bit stronger. This oppression was going on until I won't say recently, but until not too far ago, not up to a century ago.
And let me bust something. If denial of education is oppression, right? In this country, it's only compulsory to age 16, right? So it's not a compulsory thing. I know I'm contradicting myself, but it's not compulsory here after age 16. And even kids younger than 16, how many are excluded from school? How many are... So if it's truly that strong a thing, where you think you can go and throw bombs on another country, then it has to be fully implemented here properly first. Before you before he goes somewhere that has never done education. It's like
But the thing
people
is,
living in the Amazon forest that don't wear clothes.
an example is,
You know,
an example is, okay, now I get this whole stuff as well, to play devil advocate again. This same Afghanistan people or Taliban or whatever, they are the ones that will be going to UN and asking for aid, asking for this, asking for this, asking for that.
True.
But you're asking from people who are, you understand? So it's as if you want to dine at
please help me check this my thing, whether it's sorry.
Afghanistan. And speaking of culture as well, okay, you say the culture is in Saudi and a lot of countries, the culture is you can't live with a woman that is not a wife, everything. But why are we not changing the culture for Ronaldo? So I think sometimes
Okay, that's another
people,
good topic.
These people as well.
It's another good topic.
You
It's another good
understand?
topic. So there's again another contradiction. So there's culture, right? There's religion, which are very strong. But I think the one thing that trumps the two things is class.
100.
It's class because, like Saudi, you're not allowed to live
Even
with someone.
Afghanistan, I'm sure if you are the leader of one warlord or something,
You'll be allowed to
might
drink.
Be allowed to go to school. Go
Yeah.
If you are the daughter.
No,
or
look at some
something.
of these warlords. They're the
Yeah.
most educated people.
Yeah. You're right.
You know, so yeah. And I guess what the world's probably fighting for is saying this person, because they don't have money, is being oppressed because you do it. Like in Saudi, Ronaldo, you know.
I'm here. I want to live with my girlfriend.
Yeah, but did you see his welcome? What do you call it? His
Stadium welcome or something.
yeah. What do you call that? Yeah, where they introduce you to the unveiling. Yeah. Did you see Ronaldo's unveiling? He was like a mega star.
This dude is such a Ronaldo fanboy.
No, you know I didn't like Ronaldo at all.
I'm a United guy. You understand? I like, but the only problem is the guy has really over the past couple of months, he's really disappointed me, man. You know, I said it that this World Cup that is expecting that will boost his profile and everything.
No, it did. The World Cup did his job.
How?
Bro, if you go to the World Cup and get a 200 million a year deal.
Before.
No,
the
not in
deal
this.
is nothing to do with football. It's nothing to do with his
Bro,
abilities.
he's like a king over there.
Yeah, but it's not. Can I ask you a
question? I saw a lot of memes that said, if this is how to retire, I'm very interested in this retirement.
For what he's done,
yeah, so we can't say that he.
But I'm just explaining that if you want to leave a club, just leave.
But we don't know. You always say we don't know what happened behind the scenes. So you can't change the narrative when it comes to Ronaldo.
I'll eat my words and keep that. Yes, I don't know what happened behind.
But I think the more positive side of it, I love what it's going to do for that part of the world.
Yeah, even the Instagram.
Everyone
followers.
deserves a bit
you
of.
See the Instagram followers. They went from
like
300,000
to 9 point something million.
To 10 million. I think they would have passed 10 million in a few days.
Because Ronaldo, because they signed Ronaldo, everybody just started following them, and now people are looking for where to watch the games. So that's what he's going to do for that part of the world. See, the money they gave him, for them is nothing. But they know what he's going to bring. And if it works out the way they intend for it to work out, the money they're paying him will be nothing. You know, I've spoken to a lot of young kids here who play football, who are in like, you know, semi-pro, you know, lower leagues, who are looking for ways to now go to Saudi and Qatar.
And stuff, because those guys are investing heavily.
Yeah.
In
and they're looking at second division there. Not even first division there. So if you can get those kind of people migrate there, because China tried to do it, but the problem with China was that China didn't care about the younger people coming. They're just getting all these old men.
I think China is number one. China didn't really understand football.
Yeah.
They just thought the thing was just to throw money at it. If you notice, even till now, China don't really have a solid football team.
Yeah.
But if you look at Qatar, Saudi, see the Saudi team, those guys are balling.
Their passion for football is
Thank you.
Is like in Nigeria, you know, in Africa. Sorry, you know, the way we have passion for it, that's how they feel about football as well. Yeah. So yeah, I found that very good. The
Speaking
positive
of
side.
Football, Arsenal. Let me just Arsenal's still top though.
You know, it's lonely at the top, bro. It's lonely.
It's only at the top.
We might just let a few of you guys catch us up. You know, saying that United too. I hate to say, but you guys have turned the table. Yeah,
he's on fire.
Rashford is on fire. I like Casemiro.
Casemiro is good as well.
I like Eriksen.
Eriksen is good as well.
Even Bruno has improved a bit, but he's just
still
doing his thing.
But I think Man U as a whole.
The one person I can't stand, bro. That guy is useless, man.
I tell
Anthony.
you why I can't stand him. because his first game is dead.
No.
He scored against Arsenal. And the guy now kissed the bar.
The guy is useless, bro. This guy thinks football is about Lego and nutmegs.
My only problem with him is dude is just too left-footed, man. Anthony.
Which one?
He's a Brazilian Anthony.
Okay, not much.
No. Martial's, I like Martial's.
The problem
Arsenal's not feeling him at the moment.
Because it's not. He's been stop-start for a few years and stuff. You get me?
Yeah.
He's been, even Rashford the season before when he was injured, he still scored a few goals. Martial only had one major bang this season, like that, but since then,
Yeah.
But he's looking up anyway. The next.
No, I like it. I like because when Arsenal and United were down, I didn't really like it. I didn't really like it at all.
The next few games are gonna be peak. Like it's just
We've got
Spurs, you got City, Arsenal, you got I think you got Tottenham,
United, then maybe Everton.
Everton, then you got Liverpool or
then we have Brentford and someone else.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah, I think we've we've eaten a lot of time today, bro.
Yeah.
I'm knackered. Are you knackered? You're hungry. I know you're hungry.
Over-knackered. The hunger has even gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hungry too. I haven't eaten.
Boys,
since.
let's wrap this up, man.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up.
Before we wrap, is there anything that we haven't really...
There are a lot of topics we haven't touched on, right? But I think we should save it. There's Prince Harry, but I think by next week we'll get more info.
Prince Harold, your guy.
Prince Harold. I think we need like half an hour to talk about that. El Chapo.
Captured as well.
Ukraine ceasefire didn't happen over Christmas. But we'll
Speaking of El Chapo, sorry, just to add a couple of seconds on everything, Did you see what's going on in the Sinaloa part of Mexico right now?
Yeah, I've been seeing bits.
Basically, there was a time, like I think last year or 2 years ago, or last year or something, they captured his son, but the area now surrounded the security agents that they had to let him go, and they started firing and shooting, screaming, so they had to let him go. But this time they now captured him, and they were able to, like, what they call that? They flew in rendition or whatever. They took him out. So, but now the cartel
extradition.
Not even extradite. Like when they just seize you and just they call it rendition or something.
Yeah.
So the whole area is just they just shooting, carjacking, killing people, capturing. It's the whole area has gone crazy.
Let's see how it develops. I'm sure we can touch on it more next week. On that note, we want to say a big thank you. Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
It's going to be big this year. It's going to be big.
100%. Just
everything's going to be nice.
Watch out for more Sabi Boys episodes. Sorry, 2 Sabi episodes.
Yeah, you guys are Sabi boys, so it's still Sabi.
Yeah.
2 Sabi episodes.
Okay. 2 Sabi episodes, and I think the turnover from recording to release will probably be shorter this time. I guess is that what we plan to do this year?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
so
that's New Year resolution.
We'll be more on point.
I'm investing in a bit more
technology and people and technology.
Shout out to the millennium, man.
All right, guys, let's wrap this up.
I just want to say special thanks to the hosts. Obviously, you guys kept me waiting in the studio for a couple of hours again, but
like
I was able to bring the pizza today. But
like I said, you're superstars. Yeah, thanks. Pizza usually makes me happy. You're superstars, so I can't complain. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us, mate. Thank you very much, guys. See you soon.
I think the time we spent on that Niger, I think we should cut some stuff off it. No, it's too much. The Niger stuff is too much.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more 2 Sabi podcast episodes.